So last night we went out there and played the Milwaukee Bucks. This is going to be a very short video just because we're literally about to play again in an hour. So y'all are getting two videos, so I don't want to do too much analysis. So I'll just give you the mini bite-sized version of what I would have said last night if I got to watch the game on time. I literally just watched last night's game, and we're about to play again in an hour. So I'm gonna give me the small bite-sized version. So welcome to Nets Republic. I'm your host, Sever the Bond. This is a mini review of last night's game. Everybody get your shenanigans off down below in the comments. You want to talk about how the refs are absolutely insane, and Fred VanVleet is out there saying what we all want to say, even though we can say whatever we want. Well, y'all can. I'm kind of just like Fred VanVleet. I can only say so much or I'll get fined. But that's neither here nor there. We can talk about the refs. We can talk about the fact that Giannis was not out there, and yet we still managed to lose. Though, you know, as we discussed going into the game, I wasn't really personally concerned on the result of it until the game started and I saw there was no Giannis. I was like, But that's not here nor there. We were resting maybe 5 or 6 players, which is very interesting because it's like we had been talking about this matchup, specifically the one tonight and the one from last night. We had been talking about this matchup here on the channel for a little over a week and discussing how much of a wash it was going to be and how the real measuring stick game was going to be against the Timberwolves, which is happening tonight. And it's almost as if Jacque Vaughn is watching the videos and said, oh, well, if Sever don't care, I don't care. You know, to have Claxton not play, which, I mean, I'm not saying Claxton doesn't deserve rest, but he hasn't been healthy for an entire season yet, and it's the first year where he's been relatively injury-free, so it's load management. But obviously Mikal Bridges was going to play, even though he only played barely the first quarter, maybe? You want to call that minutes, I guess? So it's you just played him so he can get his little Undertaker undefeated streak off. So, you know, you got that. There was something that the Milwaukee Bucks tweeted last night, and it was of Javon Carter, mocking Mikal, doing his little three-point dance. And again, I'm thinking this was a neck-to-neck type game where it's Mikal was out there going back and forth or something like that. If the starters basically didn't play from the second quarter on, I'm not sure I get the shenanigans here. I'm not sure I get the vibes or the sauce, even from the standpoint of oh, this was 90 something points from the bench is the most in history or something like that. Well, you played the actual starting lineup about 5 minutes total. So it's where is the I don't know. Royce O'Neal, I believe he rested as well, I think it was Royce, it was Claxton, it was Cam Johnson, it was Spencer Dinwiddie, and I might be leaving someone else out, but basically a good bit of the starting lineup. We still had Finney Smith out there, which doesn't really mean much because outside of defense that I don't really see him playing, I don't know what that man does. He'll hit a couple shots here and there where it's needed in competitive games, and I'll give him that. But overall, I'm not sure what that man does, but he gets to start, but that's neither here nor there. Speaking of starting, Mr. Jacque Vaughn was confronted about, why is Cam Thomas getting treated the way he's being treated? And this man said in a little backstage WWE style interview that he's concerned about him getting cooked by starters, that he doesn't play any defense, and that he wants to make sure that Cam Thomas is going up against people's bench units. Yet, last night, they started Seth Curry and Joe Harris. But you're worried about Cam Thomas getting cooked defensively. I have no idea what's going on here. And Jacque Vaughn still has this whole thing of he wants us to throw up a bunch of threes and hope for the best. I'm telling you, I don't think Jacque knows what he's doing, and I think he's getting exposed. And it's a crying shame because I don't know about y'all, but I was rooting for Buddy. So the fact that he's out here showing his behind like this, I don't know how I feel about it, but that's not the end of there. We'll get more to that in tonight's game. Again, I don't want to go too hard here because we're literally going to play in an hour and we'll probably end up saying the same things. Now, is it nice that, y'all got to have your little nasty reunion with Brook Lopez that you already have? Sure. Excuse me, that you always have. Sure. And I won't slander Brook Lopez just for y'all, but trust me, I'm holding back. Because I got some things to say about Mr. Brook Lopez, but I willingly choose not to over the last 4 to 3 years because it's out of respect for y'all. It's out of respect for y'all, but trust me, I could go there. Believe me, I could go there, but I don't say nothing because y'all love him so much. So I'll leave Brook Lopez alone, but that's not here to there. The only thing I will say is his brother is cooler because his brother takes pictures of his cats with hats on. And then that just makes him levels cooler. Trust me, I could go on, but I'm leaving it at that because I know how y'all feel about that. But that's not here to there. We did lose. So as far as trying to chase the Knicks in the standings, wasn't exactly the best for that. But I believe the Knicks are still losing games. I think they just lost to the Kings or something like that. And I'm pretty sure the teams under us aren't really doing anything. The Hawks can't seem to win a game to save their life. And the Heat are trash. So I don't really think we need to be super concerned exactly, but I'm sure the situation will handle itself. This is just a short version of what I would do for a review. Y'all know I normally give you 20-minute to 30-minute videos. This one's going to be a quick 10. And this one might even be shorter than that. But just know I watched. Wasn't super impressed with what I saw. I mean, they fought. They did well. You saw individuals you don't normally get to see step up. You got to see Patty Mills do his thing. You got to see Day'Ron Sharpe get minutes, I guess. We didn't really see much from Nerlens Noel. Again, the starters didn't really play much after the first quarter. Cam Thomas got his stuff off a little bit. If you like seeing people go 9 for 13, I guess. I don't know. But let me know your thoughts down below. I just don't want to say too much because I don't want to repeat myself in an hour. So I'll see y'all in a little bit to go over tonight's game against the Timberwolves. And until then, I'm Javon Carter. This has been a very mini, short, abridged version of a review. Just know Jacque, you better tighten it up. You better tighten it up. And that's all I'm going to say. So when we come back here in a couple hours together, we're going to talk about what an amazing job Jacque Vaughn is doing and how... I'll see y'all then.